Jonathan Jones, CBS Sports, alongside new Atlanta Falcons head coach. What once was old is new again. Atlanta Falcons, Raheem Morris. Raheem, welcome. Congratulations. I guess I got to start with what's it like being back in Atlanta?
It's a lot of fun, Jonathan. It's really good to get back into your city, to where you're from, to where you've been and spent time at. It's been a lot of fun putting together the staff. It's been a lot of fun being around the people again, seeing some familiar faces. It's been so much fun just getting back with our ownership group and being able to talk to Arthur, being able to talk to his children, his sons, all of those guys. Man, I can't say enough positive things about my time in Atlanta, my experience going away, and then having the ability to come back. I'm just really fired up to be here.
You're here at this combine, but previously you were with the Rams, where you guys didn't come to the combine.
Sure.
So why have you decided that you should be at the combine right now?
I really wanted to come to be supportive of Terry. This is the time in the offseason where the head coach gets a chance to support the GM, and I really wanted to come to be supportive of him, come in and help him, find out the roles, get the chance to see everybody and what they're going to be doing. I won't be here for the whole time, but I definitely want to come to put a support system, to be a part of it, to be a part of what's going on and how we do it. Everything doesn't have to be mimicked in what we did at the Rams. We could take some of the good ideas, some of the positive thoughts, and how we go and move in our business and use it that way, which I will, because I do think it's very important what they do at the Rams and what we did at the Rams at the time. I really have a lot of high value, high character with those guys and what they do.
Help me understand, because this is such a great place to information gather, right? You have all these guys, 300-plus prospects, all of the other GMs and half the coaches at least. What's the point of not coming? Like, why not come where there's fish in a barrel, if you will?
It's some things you got to trust your people that you work with, right? And when you work with a great group like Les Snead and what they're able to do with their scouting department and what we're able to do with our scouting department with Terry and some of the guys and the information gatherers from not just the 10-minute interviews that we get at the combine, but the years of experience that they have with these kids and being able to do those things, you got to believe your people, John. And when you do that, I think it really allows your coaches to get ahead. It allows your people to get ahead. It allows your people to communicate at a higher level. And I really think that's the biggest part for guys that don't come. I don't look at it as a negative. I don't look at it as a knock. I look at it as just trusting the people that you have in those roles to do their jobs. It definitely is an advantage if you can come and you want to do those things and you're a people's person and want to be around some people and things of that nature. But I don't think it's a right or wrong answer when you talk about coming or not.
Tell me a little bit about your offensive coordinator, Zach Robinson, because when you got the job, you struck very quickly, made sure that Zach was going to be the offensive coordinator there. What is this offense going to look like with him calling plays?
When you go through the process and you're just talking about Zach and you're talking about what he's been through and you're talking about being with Sean McVay and being a player that played at Oklahoma State, coming into the National Football League and being a really locked-in type of guy that you love and been around for the last 3 years and really developed this relationship with him. Watched him develop guys like Baker Mayfield coming in, watching him work with Matthew Stafford, watching him work with some of the younger guys and really having an interest on, at some point, being able to work with a great young dynamic mind that you knew, that you've seen similarities in some of the great coaches that you have been around throughout your career. So I was really fired up to get him because of some of the motion stuff that he'll apply, some of the pressure that he'll apply on people with timing and rhythm and tempo and having the ability. What do you mean motion? Just the motion that we're able to do, our flight motions, our very quick motions to move people to detach coverage, to get all those things and indicators. I really love the fact that he'll bring an essence of that to us. He'll bring creativity to our offense. He'll bring the timing and the rhythm and all the things that you love about how offense is played. We sit around, we watch some really good offense in this league, and we watch people come out there and they are innovative. They are just mind-boggling at the things they're able to do nowadays with the talent that they get from this very place right here at the Combine. It is fun to be able to watch him go out there and grow into himself and be his very best version of himself when he's at the Atlanta Falcons.
So we're talking about the offense. We're talking about the Atlanta Falcons. I'm now contractually obligated to ask you about the quarterback position.
Sure.
What are you guys going to do?
We're going to explore our avenues, like we talked about in the press conference. No different, nothing has changed since that point. We're going to check on free agency. We're checking on the draft. We're checking on aggressive moves. We're checking on non-aggressive moves. We're talking about long-term plans, succession plans. Everything's in play, and how you go about your business. Obviously you can't name names. You don't know those names. You don't know those people, but you definitely got to be well aware of all scenarios that are possibly going to come up within the next couple of weeks, within the next couple couple of months on how we go about our business. And I got so much trust in the people around us and the ability to gather information, whether it's the coaching staff that we're able to assemble, or whether it's the scouts that's been here, or whether it's just ownership at that point, at the highest level, that I feel really comfortable about where we're going to go and what we're going to do and plans to have a chance to get a quarterback.
Obviously, your preference is get a great quarterback, obviously. Would you prefer a great young quarterback, or would you, a two-time head coach now, prefer a great veteran quarterback?
I don't think you can lock yourself into how that goes about itself, John. I think, when you're talking about it, everybody wants a great quarterback, and you don't know how they come. They come in all forms, fashions, the shapes, everything that you can talk about. So you want to go out there and find the best quarterback that fits best with you and your people and how you're building this team, right? We got a lot of really good players on the football team. Bijan Robinson, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and you're talking about that offensive line that we got anchored by Jake Matthews. You want to go get the best fit for your people. You want to go get the best fit for your coaches. You want to go get the best fit for our city, and you want to do all those things. Like there's nothing ruled out. And I forgot to mention trade, because all of those things come into play, and like I know I'm all over the place with you right now, and it's good because we've really been tedious. We've really been going through the process of how we're going to acquire the best fit for us. And I know you're going to jump all over this best fit for the city thing. I can see the excitement.
Well, I mean, you
in
said
your
it.
Face
you said it because
said it.
I mean, help me understand why is that important?
That is certainly important. We're talking about our fan base. We're talking about the people that we're involved with, everything that we do. You're talking about the people that's really important to us. We're talking about the support that we got to gain from those guys in the fan base. When we lean on them, we go to work in the community. All of those things are extremely important to us, and it just fits right into our Falcons ethos. That's really important to what we want to do and how we want to go about our business.
You know how that's going to play out. Best fit for the city, right?
People are going to read into those words, whatever, however they do those things, and you can't stop that. Obviously, there's people that are from Atlanta. There's people that are from around Atlanta. You can name the mileage of how close some of the people are, but, you got to do what's best and what's right for your team at the right time. And we won't rule out anything until we got to make those decisions at that date.
Let me ask you, you brought up Kyle Pitts. How are you in this offense, in this team, how are you going to unlock his potential and get him to that next step?
It's hard to say unlock. He didn't have the year that he wanted to have last year. Whatever it was, whether it be injury, whether it's not the right space, not the nice time for him, we got to get that guy back to what he was and what he's been and what he's capable of being. And we got so much confidence on that it really fires us all up to be able to get our hands on him when that time is right. And when he has the ability to get in there and get out there and be with us and be with our coaches, be with some of the new coaches that we acquired, be with the competitive edge versus our defense and our special teams, I think that's really going to jump off the screen for him. New leadership, new people, new things around. Some of those things all help different people, and I think he'll be one of those people that benefit from that extremely.
So last question, I've been asking you all about offense lately. I got to ask you about the defense.
Sure.
What is the strength of this defense going to be in 2024?
I really believe that Jimmy Lake said it best when he talked about playing fast, talked about being free.
Your defensive coordinator.
Our defensive coordinator, and he talked about doing all those different things, and he talked about being physical. We like to joke with the 3 F's. We know it's a PH on physical, but I think he really said it best when we talk about those things on defense. It all starts with the fundamentals across the board, but particularly on defense. When you're talking about finishing and tackling and being able to do some of those things and being able to play fast, that means likable and learnable systems. That means coming in, being able to use what you have in place and currently locked and loaded, and then being able to add to that with some of the dynamic different ways of doing it, whether it be the draft, whether it be the trade, whether it be free agency coming up. All of those things that you can bring people in and add to what you want to do there, be able to go out there and play some really good football, and you put these guys together and get them to play situational, get them to play complementary, get them to play together. You got a team that's ready to win, and I feel really confident saying that, if we're able to do the things that we're capable of doing in the offseason.
So you guys are ready to win right now?
Every team right now is going to tell you that they want to win a Super Bowl. Every team's going to tell you right now that they want to go out and compete and be their very best self. But we are one of the few teams that if we do things the right way and we can put ourselves in position to go out there and do some long-term winning, we're capable of doing that.
There you have it. Raheem Morris, Atlanta Falcons head coach. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Oh, catch the guys with the first pick. Look, the Falcons don't have the first. They do have 8, so they will be getting a top prospect there to help this organization in that NFC South, and also Raheem Morris. But download and give the guys a follow as always. Give everything you need for the combine and the future.